During World War I, the Russian army entered Romania and instilled fear in its population. Every family was required to host Russian soldiers or risk being thrown out of their homes. The Friday night after the army entered into the town of Tamshevar, Rabbi Chaim Zilber and his family were at the Shabbos table. As Rabbi Zilber held the cup of wine in his hands, ready to recite Kiddush, there was a loud banging at the door. Russian soldiers demanded to be allowed in immediately, but Rabbi Zilber didn't stop reciting Kiddush. It was as if nothing else existed other than the sacred words he was saying. Rabbi Chaim's wife, Esther, went to slowly open the front door, and the soldiers shoved her aside, pushing the door open and barking orders at the children. But then they saw the angelic-looking man standing before them, and everything changed. His serenity caused the barbaric soldiers to stand in silence and awe. Completely immersed in his thoughts and prayer, Rabbi Chaim paid no attention to the commotion. The captain of the group, a large and tough-looking individual, motioned to the soldiers to clear the room and wait outside. Once they left, Rabbi Zilber finished Kiddush and offered the soldiers some wine. The captain burst into tears. After a few minutes, he calmed down and said to the rabbi, "When I was a little boy, I was taken from my parents' home. The soldiers came on a Friday night in 2 black cars. They placed my parents in one car and me in the other. I never saw my parents again." With tears streaming down his face, he continued, "My parents called me Shmuel. I can still see my father standing there, just like you were, reciting Kiddush. As the soldiers dragged my parents away, my father called out to me, 'Shmuel, remember that you are a Jew. Never forget it.'" The captain wiped his tears and said, "But I was only 3 years old, and after all these years, I forgot where I came from. Only now, as I watched you hold your cup exactly like my father, did it all come back to me." The soldiers were waiting outside, but the captain was in no rush. He joined Rabbi Chaim Zilber and his family for the Shabbos meal. At the end, he thanked them for the beautiful experience. He placed his cap on his head, wiped away his tears, and stepped out into the street, feeling at peace with himself. Captain Shmuel had found his way home. Shmuel returned to the Zilber home every Friday night and began learning about his Jewish heritage and went on to live a Jewish life. Our lives may not be as dramatic as Shmuel's story, but that same Jewish spark, that Pintel Yid, exists inside all of us, yearning to be heard and nurtured, to find its way back home.